think that using her will get to me? And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
Hello guys and welcome. We're going to have some fun tonight if we can get things underway. There we go, D2CL Season 7 Christmas Charity Magic. We've got some fun modes and hopefully some fun gameplay for you. I'm Durka and I'm joined by Drag and Drop tonight. I think dude, I've fixed the left-right audio issue, but hopefully people can let me know if things are still a little bit wonky. But how's it going?
Well, I can tell you that they will tell you one way or the other, so at
Oh,
least
yeah.
you've got that going for you. But yeah, it's going great, man. Happy to cast, happy to be here, of course. Even though we have a little bit more standard modes, even this being random draft, we actually have some pretty decent lineups here, with it only being a limited hero pool available. But well, maybe Bristleback is a little bit less seen, Bat Rider also to some degree, but apart from that, should be a pretty good match here.
Okay, let's have a look. No, I think I fixed the music, but it still looks like you and I are very heavily left-sided, and I am not sure why. Because it was working earlier when I was testing myself, and the gremlins have decided that they don't want an inch of it. But yeah, there was no real draft for this. It went very quickly while I was trying to sort out everything else that was happening. So I'll head straight on into the game. The picks have happened. It was very fast, honestly. Like they got through that in less than a minute, picking the heroes, and there's nothing out of the ordinary, right? Is there? I mean, we've got Wisp Ember, which is a combo we've seen a fair amount, with a Dazzle Bat Rider Wind Ranger, so solid lanes across the board. But I kinda like London Conspiracy's draft a little bit more. The fact they've got such heavy aggression. Broodmother, difficult to deal with. Undying, Bane, Razor, and Bristleback. These are awful heroes to try and handle in the laning stage.
Speaking of laning saves, looks like Baby Knight on that Broodmother is actually setting up not only off lane, as you might expect, but in mid, plopping the web down there. So that can also be interesting to say the least. But yeah, non-conspiracy, looking at that lineup, I actually might have a fight here for the run.
Yeah, looks like it, but Hellraiser's there, the one's forced back, and again, that's what I was saying, Undying Bane with a Bristleback, you can't fight into this. One rune will go up to top. I mean, Yolopi there actually gets a static link onto Chashlo, but that Rider gets his hand on the bounty. It's going to help him out a fair amount now. Observer Ward's already placed out here. Dire, they see across the lane. And Radiant have one. Looks a little bit into the jungle, but it's going to be dual lanes, it looks like here. Baby Knight, Broodmother, like you correctly said, is mid against the Wind Ranger, helped out by Solan's Bane, and a defensive tri-lane down at bottom. Wisp plus Dazzle. I think this is going to be the combo here for Hellraisers. That heal bomb they can get, sustain them through this lane. It's still going to be a rough one.
Yeah, I don't really see Non-Conspiracy actually able to do much down this bottom lane, even with the Undying and Bristleback, who once he gets a couple of levels, can be quite hard to deal with, especially for an Ember Spirit, who has no way of actually blocking any sort of Quill Spray damage. So at some point Kefka might just decide to zone him out just by running at him, but then at the same time you have a Dazzle, you have a Wisp. It's as defensive as it gets, so Sensibility here should be able to get his farm as much as he wants. Oh, Mim on top, something going on already, Shashla with the Firefly trying to get out, but takes a lot of damage in the process. And
just about gonna die! The Troll Warlord's helping out there. London Conspiracy get their hands on first blood for Razor. Even though he's level 2. That level 1 Plasma Field did just enough. I mean, those Trolls, sure enough, they give a little bit of damage, but Bat Rider, that's going to be a rough lane for you.
Oh, bottom lane. Okay. Not what I expected. Level 1 Bristleback not having any of his passive yet. A little bit unfortunate, but for London Conspiracy, that's exactly the kind of game that they need to play right now, because if you look at the what the hell is going on here?
Sorry about that, guys. Baby Knight with a kill at mid. Time to use directed camera. This audio. I'm trying to keep my eyes on. I'm asking Toby what the hell is going on with this, because it was fine 40 minutes ago about that, and then all of a sudden, let's do the mic checks. Let's test everything out, and it wasn't being so friendly. Wind Ranger returns to mid. I'll try and sort this out in a second. Yeah, you can pick things back up.
Not sure. I sure didn't hire the NASL sound guy by accident or something. I don't know. Seems a little bit weird, but hey, I'll just keep talking. Because if you look at LC's lineup, you see very momentum-based lineup, especially with the Razor. He kind of needs to start. Jelby getting that, of course, with the first blood. Then you have an Undying who doesn't necessarily scale well into the late game. Bristleback can do so. Same for Razor to some degree, but up against an Ember Spirit, if they get this Ember farmed to a point where you can just, well, just siege up the base with Sleight of Fist, more or less, then they might end up having a hard time actually dealing with them.
Because Rider up
just
the
because
top.
of the
Brain Sap, it's not going to be enough though. Actually, you'll be there in the Firefly. Taking a nice chunk of damage from that Bat Rider, but this Alpha Ninja Wind Ranger is having such a rough time. Look at this, the damage output from the Spiderlings forced to Wind Run back.
Yeah, what's a Wind Runner gonna do? I mean, sure you can Wind Run, but then you have to go back to base. The nuke is still there, so you can't just hang around with low health points. And yeah, this mid Broodmother working out tremendously well, and Hellraiser's the bottom lane.
Oh god, I'm just going to drop for this. The Wisp, yeah, does die. They take down the Tombstone, but Vivera's Undying with this Bristleback. Tons of damage to sustain.
And the thing is, neither Dazzle nor Wisp can actually try and help out the Windrunner. One, because it wouldn't actually probably wouldn't do a whole lot, and two, because they can't really leave the Ember Spirit alone here up against both the Bristleback and the Undying. So 3v2 in a 1-for-1 trade, so it's just goes to show how strong Undying can be in this kind of lane, especially up against 3 heroes. I mean, look at this DK stacks right now.
It's a tanky ass Undying. Yeah, what? 1100 HP. Oh my goodness.
It's only something that a Treant Protector can give you virtually in that kind of laning stage, but hey.
Well,
definitely worked out for them.
Baby Knight's Broodmother, 22 last hits, 19, 19, 18. So it's pretty good across the board here. You know, there's not a massive lead really for either team, but it's just the fact that London Conspiracy, they're the ones that are really going to pile on the pressure in the next, 5 to 10 minutes with the lineup they've got. The Bat Rider, Blink, it's difficult to get up on this lane, and he's not the same hero he used to be, where, going into the jungle and getting that 9, 10, maybe 11 minute Blink, it's kind of difficult for you now, seeing as he's been nerfed quite a fair amount in his farming capabilities.
It just takes so much longer. You need to get so many more of these napalm stacks going.
Oh, this Undying heals himself up with Sora, but Sensibility wants to chase this down. Doesn't get the kill. He's got the Dazzle behind him, but look at that damage from Kefka! Kills off the Ember Spirit. And even with Undershock there, he had Grave available, but just didn't think that that amount of damage was going to come through onto a mid. Yeah, Baby Knight diving behind the tier 1 tower. And with that poor man's shield, making the most of that damage block.
Very aggressive here on this Broodmother in every single lane. Really. It's kind of hard to keep track sometimes of every single lane because all these heroes are pretty close to each other normally. But yeah, down this bottom lane, Kefka, we saw exactly what we could expect him to do, right? So just stand your ground. Of course, helped out by Ember Spirit overextending himself a little bit, just trying to line that Flame Guard a little bit too much. Yeah, stick charges not enough to actually keep him safe there. Now they might actually want to go on him again, but Solon is here too with the Bane looking to help out a little bit.
They've got the heal, but the Wisp is obliterated under this Undershock. There's 2 zombies on him, and Kefka has a Mango. Even though the Searing Chains are going to lock him down in place for a while, is there a Nightmare? There's nothing left, and it looks like the Dazzle would just about get himself away. Will this Ember Spirit have the same fortune though as he turns to take out the little zombies and actually wants to fight into Solon with the chains? Firefly, the Wisp is returned, and Bane in a ton of trouble, positioning wise, way out there. Got the heck out.
Solon didn't get the memo there that they weren't going to pursue that any further. It feels like he just tried to man-mode up against the Ember Spirit, but then of course Wisp was back already, only being level 3. Yeah, also a Bat Rider rotation. I mean, he wasn't really doing anything up in this top lane anyway, so don't even lose too much in that regard. Now, wouldn't be too surprised we'd just see him try and stack up some jungle camps and just try and get the farm going.
Oh, Baby Knight, look at the he's got an Oblivion staff already.
Oh god.
Baby Knight's got it, and he's going to start to look to put some damage onto this Wind Ranger again.
And once the Rockets comes up, then... Well, if you actually look at Hellraiser's lineup, is there anyone that can actually stand up to that?
No, you solo kill Dazzle, Wisp. Ember Spirit gets completely screwed by that as well.
You have been denied.
I mean, even Windrunner, if she relies on the Windrunner to get away from... or even the Shackle Shot just to try and lock Baby Knight down if he goes. then, well, if you take that away, that might even be a much easier kill than it should be. Yeah, there's just, if the Broodmother can get up to that kind of a start in the off lane, same for in the middle lane really, then she can become that scary force where you just have to watch out, or she just either picks you off, or just taking over your jungle and you just can't be there, or just joining into fights. And you can also try and 5-man with her, create space that way, and just add into the fights.
Sensibility. He's got remnants. He should be able to get away from this. He's even holding onto a dust here, just in case. Broodmother mid is a pain in the backside, and really, you mentioned who's going to stand up to the Orchid, but who's going to roam onto this Broodmother? There's a sentry down here for the Wind Ranger, but Spiderlings are stacking up. And before you get that Batrider blink, they're trying to make a go of things up on top lane. With the Bane and Bristleback both here, they're going to try and Nightmare up the Bat, and now focus down the west. Goddamn on the retreat out, but in comes this hasted Undying. Doesn't get any damage down, but it's a threat of him that Shachlo now has to bail out. The Tombstone may be able to slow him down with the Nasal Goo as well, and Shachlo Firefly's over. The tree's blocking his way, and he's stuck. Dead as well.
Well, bottom lane Jalopy might actually be taken out. Solnos there as well, has the Nightmare though. Keeps him safe. Sensibility still looking for it, but does not have Sleight of Fist available. Oh, barely gets out alive there. Meanwhile, Moonrunner, okay. Just action all across the map. And, well, Lone Conspiracy looking good. What can you say?
Baby Knight, Broodmother mid, level 9, 9 minutes in, and that is a spectacular start for that Broodmother, honestly. Now, Goddamn moves towards mid, level 4 Wisp, no level 6 in sight for him. Let's take a quick look across the board for levels, because yeah, we see it there. Bane and Undying getting closer and closer to their level 6s. Undying, you know, less meaningful. Fiend's Grip is going to be a pretty big deal against things like Wind Ranger and Ember Spirit if you can get the lockdown onto them. It's the fact that you've got Razor and Bristle farming pretty nicely. Razor is up there with nearly 4,000 net worth. The off-lane Bristleback almost has the same amount of net worth as its safe lane Ember Spirits. The Shackle Shot will latch Baby Knight to a creep, but kill power, is it available here? Alpha just trying to chase him down. The dust is popped, but these Spiderlings could maybe have turned back onto Goddam's Wisp, but Baby Knight playing it safe, just sticking around near his tier 1 and making sure that he doesn't die. Chains a bot, Undying will drop. Maybe not. Yeah, there we go. Nightmare held him out a little bit longer, but Sensibility and Undershock now focusing down the Tombstone. There's no reaction coming in from the rest of London Conspiracy as they are now focusing down onto Goddam's Wisp. Dies to the Razor over in that river area. It really doesn't.
Yeah, that's the kind of games that we want to see in this tournament, right? Even though it's not one of these funky modes, we still have the action. We still have some exciting Dota. And yeah, I mean, as I said before, it's exactly what else you want to do with that lineup. Just create the pressure, make sure that you can get up and running before the Ember Spirit can, before the Windrunner can get some items. Because in this game, I mean, you mentioned the Fiend Scope as lockdown for the Ember Spirit, and that's something that they'll always have available, even if he builds something like a BKB or Manta Style, just to try and dodge a Broodmother Orchid, which he should have fairly soon, actually. On Baby Knight, so yeah, once that is going, well, there's just so much potential for LC to just get the momentum going so hard that they just end the game before anyone can actually get any meaningful items up. And yeah, Hellraisers, they don't also have the best lineup to come back, just because they don't actually have a lot of lockdown to play with. I mean, Shackle Shot is unreliable, same for Assyrian Chains to some degrees, and well, they'll have to look to Shachlo to try and make some lasso plays, but to do that effectively, he does need his Blink Dagger, and that's still a while off.
1,300 gold. He's done well, honestly. I feel that he's got a lot more out of this lane than really he's been deserving, because this Razor has shut him down a fair amount. But I guess they've got Goddam's Wisp behind him, so they can play a little more aggressively over into the jungle area. But nothing to slow down Shachlo as he gets out of that leash range. Static Link. What we're looking at for Baby Knight, has he got it done yet? 300 or so gold away until that Orchid's completed. And you look at the comparison, this Wind Ranger, 3,500 net worth, it's okay, it's reasonable, but it's not amazing at all. Like, at this point, 12 minutes in, you want Phase, Wand, Bottle, plus a point booster. She's about 700-800 gold away from that mark, as they do tether up the top. Chancellor chasing, but TP reaction comes in from the Bane and will stop any aggression coming out. Hellraiser's right there. As we progress, though, mid to late game, there's definitely opportunities here for Hellraisers to get pickoffs and to get themselves back in this, get a foot in the door, because London Conspiracy, they scale decently, but it's all about tanking up and getting items.
That's for me.
Yeah, I mean, Bristleback is going to be frontline tank. Razor also one of these heroes that wants to build a lot of armor, wants to build sustain, just to make sure that you can actually use the damage well that you can gain from the static link. That takes a little bit of time. You need to stay in fights longer to actually get that going. So, yeah, the question is whether Hellraisers can one, find these pickoffs to get them back on track, and two, if they can find the damage as well and the item progression off of these. But I do believe that London Conspiracy, before long, they will just decide to not just slowly siege away the towers, but just push them even more heavily. Yeah, that arcade is completed now for Baby Knight, so that might be one of the signs where they say, alright, let me start moving around, let me start getting takeoffs and create space.
Who's his first kill going to be on though? Like, who's his first target? Wind Ranger's taken a battering already. Dazzle is an easy kill. I guess it's whoever he sees first, really, and it's going to be the Dazzle. He doesn't go in for it just there. With a sentry dropped, they'll have a nice little bit of vision over on that Broodmother. But Baby Knight, he's got Spiderling, camping high ground, and he's just making sure he knows exactly where all these sentries are.
I also want to say that with the amount of sentries and wards being committed here in this middle lane, and Baby Knight has to figure that's happening. I mean, there's been a sentry here in the actual lane for the entire game, really, and then you see Dazzle moving up like that. Well, of course, it's going to play some extra wards, right? So maybe you just move somewhere else, drop a couple of extra nets, maybe rotate to the bottom lane now. Yeah, just put on more pressure on the Ember Spirit. Yeah, maybe grab a kill, grab the tower, and set the middle lane a little bit open for the rest of your team to start pushing, getting some extra levels that way. That being said, though, Bane has his level 6, same for Undying, so they... well... still, they could use more, obviously.
During this pause, I'm going to take the stream down and change the stream to mono, so we'll be back in a minute or so, guys. Okay. Well, the local recording started back up again. Looks like Sensibility's gone in there with his Ember Spirit into the middle of the Tombstone though, and then, oh, London Conspiracy, they got the link on him. He's no way of escaping, maybe with the Grave. Undershock saves him for a little while, but this Ember Spirit has no route of escape, and Batrider is the last man standing for Hellraisers.
That was a good smoke rotation, to say the least. They come in, Solon comes in on the back, just takes so long trying to deal with the Bane that the rest of LC was just able to clean up behind him, then turn back around, and it was pretty great. Yeah, Ember Spirit not wanting to TP out on the Shallow Grave for some reason, but I'm not sure if there were any disables left. Some don't think so, because LC doesn't have many of them in the first place. So maybe a bit of misplay going down there for him, as he just finished up the Boots of Travels. But, well, LC going strong once again, right on par with their game plan.
Well, Baby Knight up to about 2,000 gold on top of all of this. He's looking really good on this Broodmother. Roshan is pinged out by London Conspiracy. Solon, Bane, he's got himself Soul Ring. And how we're looking overall, because yeah, 7,500 net worth lead for LC has just been a steady incline for them. About 5,000 experience lead as well, and this is where Hellraisers, maybe they have to start grouping up and fighting? I don't know, with a blink on Batrider, you know, it's a good start. Dazzle doesn't have much, the Wind Ranger needs some farm, but getting this farm alone when you're up against all of these tanky LC heroes is not going to be easy. The blink forward, Reaver is caught with that lasso and managed to take him down, but not before the Fiend's Grip is there onto the Wind Ranger. No follow through for London Conspiracy though, as they do get a pick off. That's a decent kill for them as they group up as 4, use their abilities and kill someone off.
I mean, on the flip side, it's only on Undying, maybe not the one that they wanted to find for the Blick Dagger reveal, but at the same time, at this point, you just have to take what you can get. And yeah, I mean, Ember Spirit and the Windrunner, they both need a lot of space to actually get that items up, as you were talking about, and so it's only really the offlaner that's left to create the space for them. So it's a lot riding on Shartler right now. Yeah, to just find these openings, and then things turn a little bit ugly. There's still to relocate in for the Ember Spirits to come in, maybe turn things around again. So this is a crucial phase right now where they have to find these openings, but I don't know if LC wants to give it to them. Instead, just go for Roshan play now.
Audio issue still not fixed. I'm going to have to try this after game 1, guys. I really apologize about this. I'll turn everything off and on again and see if it works.
That's
a weird one.
Are fortified.
It just comes out of nowhere, and
Dyer's
I'm
top
not an audio
tower is under
technician. I'm not
attack.
exactly sure. Get it working again, but yeah, there we go. Roshan in the pit they go. Wind Ranger gets her blink dagger, not the Aghanim's rush, so they want that little bit more mobility to maybe try and get themselves some kills. But Aegis on your Bristleback. This guy, you know, he's got full Crimson Guard. Honestly, Crimson Guard treads Aegis level 11 on the Bristle, and Kefka, he's going to be rampaging through the ranks of Hellraisers here. Honestly.
Do they actually have the damage stuff? I mean,
Radiant's
they
bottom
don't have a lot of
tower is
magic
under
bursts. And the Crimson Guard is gonna, even if the focus fire
Yeah.
top of the mid lane though, they do not find Baby Knight for Shackle though.
Got him now, maybe. Solon can Fiend's Grip up, charge slow, and Baby Knight turns to fight with that heal coming out of his ultimate. He turns around, tries to get out of there, and he looks like he won't be able to with a final power shot from Alpha Ninja. And get the kill, and again, group up from Hellraisers, big pick-off. They're expending a lot here though. They're forcing London Conspiracy to react to what they're doing and really setting the pace of the game. Oh, goddamn. Jalopy gets the kill on the back end, but this has allowed time for Sensibility to push top. He's got BOTs. Wind Ranger with that blink is able to jump around a little bit more. What we have to see now from London Conspiracy, really, I think it's a difficult choice though, right? Because Brood usually goes to one lane, pushes alone, and the rest of your team goes to fight. I wonder if they'll decide to group up as 5 as London Conspiracy and just have Brood actually push with them.
They can definitely do that. I mean, that Orchid is still invaluable. Just taken away, even if it's just a dazzle, right? I mean, we saw the Shallow Grave be what turned that fight around for them and enabled them to actually keep hold of Shackle, him not dying there, and then, well, they end up losing the Wisp, but at the same time, well, he's kind of expendable at this
Radiant's
point.
bottom tower is
Level
under
6 up and
attack.
running. So, yeah, wouldn't be too surprised to see that. I mean, you have Bristleback in the front line anyway, so Broodmother shouldn't be focused down too hard. So that means that she has a lot of space just to move wherever she really pleases, and they can't really commit all the resources in the midst of a fight to try and deal with it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Dazzle.
is under attack.
All this time playing StarCraft, finally paying off for Baby Knight here. On that Broodmother.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Relocate.
attack.
Relocating Windrunner up top. He did find the Undying already. Sensibility? Well, he's getting his gold, and this is what should give them some smiles, I guess. He has the Boots of Trouble, of course, very effective farming item, and
That
split pushing item
timing.
too.
That timing, Goddam got silenced up midway through his tether. He gets back to the Batrider though. They knew Sharchler was there, they actually pinged him out. They, we're pretty
Radiant's
sure what was
middle
going on,
tower
but it looks
is
like
under
London
attack.
Conspiracy. Yeah, here we go. Broodmother joins in with the rest of them. Actually will push alongside the rest of his teammates. Well, pushing. He's farming jungle. The Bristleback's up hitting this tier 2. The Spiderlings are actually gaining gold for the Brood. I guess it's, you know, it's efficient play. They know that with the next creep wave coming in, they'll be able to actually hard push into it.
Oh, Dazzle. And the Shadow Grave all this time, no silence just in time for Baby Knight, but that's a Shadow Grave now.
Radiant's middle tower
For another
is
couple of
under attack.
seconds, so if they want to try and jump at someone, not that they really could. They don't really have to line up for that, they just have to line up to set up and don't go anywhere if they don't want to.
Defend high ground, boys. Defend high ground. They've got Batrider. It would be lovely for this Ember Spirit to, you know, have a Battle Fury.
Radiant's middle tower
He's
has
actually
fallen.
not that far away, you know. 3,800 gold. He's got his Perseverance. I was really worried about Hellraisers, but the Ember Spirit he's done an amazing job. 2, 2, and 5. He's been split pushing top lane for the majority of the game. And even though LC had the 7,500 net worth lead, it has plateaued pretty decently here for Hellraisers, keeping it at that level, and making sure that they're farming on their cores, while this Aegis has been almost useless as the relocate top comes in, and Jalopy picked out. There's no escape. That's 3 streaks that Hellraisers have taken in the past 5 minutes. The Broodmother, the Razor, and there was one more. I'm sure the Undying had on it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought he had a killing streak, but that's 2 big streaks, 2 dominating streaks taken out. Hellraisers with a lot of money lining their pockets. That's actually Battle Fury done for the Ember at an average timing. When he had an awful late, you know, 22 minutes. It's like 22:30 is like average timing for Ember Battle Fury after BOT.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what happens if you just stop addressing him after a while, especially if he goes for the Boots of Trouble build. It's kind of like leaving an
Dyer's
anti-mage
middle
alone.
tower
I mean,
is under attack.
he's gonna be able to split push, especially with all of your 5 heroes tied up pushing one lane, which is just nature of LC's lineup. But at some point you have to start to try and address this Ember, maybe with a Glimmer Cape on the Bane, just hiding in the woods, getting a Fiend's Grip and Nightmare.
Oh, they've found Baby Knight again. They've got him. Shackle shots there. They don't even need the lasso. They don't even have it. Never mind. Chancellor just went in with the dust. Good old Firefly to give vision. And that's another one. 11 to 15. London Conspiracy slipping here. Definitely falling back a little bit too much. They had the potential with Aegis to go and maybe even break high ground. That's what I thought they were going to go for, is take a tier 3.
They could have definitely gone for that. I mean, if you lose the Aegis, no big deal. Maybe you do some damage, maybe you just fall flat on your face, but the Ember Spirit didn't have the Battle Fury at that point, and now he does, so you don't actually... Well, at this point you probably shouldn't be spawning Spiderlings in the middle of the fight, just because it's adding so much more damage to Hellraisers than it does to you.
Shot slow.
Yeah.
Blink Force. What does Goddamn have? This
Dyer's
Wisp.
middle
Oh wow,
tower
yeah,
is under
1700
attack.
gold. So he can start to look for like a Glimmer Cape now and save himself from that Broodmother Orchid. Let me take a look at this Broodmother. What timing was her Orchid at? 15?
Right about that.
And now it's 23.5 and she's struggling to get her secondary item. Yasha, okay, that's part of one. But Manta Style is still a fair distance away. There's no mech yet on this Undying. My goodness. Even Undershock has himself a pair of treads, so they'll smoke up. They want to try and consolidate the lead they've got. Because it is, it's being taken away here. They've lost 2,500 net worth lead and given it back to Hellraisers. They see Goddamn almost gets himself behind the trees. The snow's in the way. It's night time and the darkness will hide him. And Hellraisers, they know what's up. They're drawing lines. Guys, they're coming through our jungle. They're looking for us. So Alpha Ninja with Maelstrom plus
Dyer's
Blink
middle
moves up to
tower
top
is
room.
under attack.
Ability keeps farming himself away. And this gap which you had between Broodrazor and the rest of Hellraisers is dissipating. He'll just bristle back now with... I guess Sanjin Yasha is going to be his next item.
The Hellraisers are doing a really, really good job, not just dodging fights that they don't want to take, but also finding pickups of throwing. I mean, right now, you see Jalopy moving that aggressively, you can expect that someone else is behind them as well, even if you don't actually have too much vision in your jungle. That being said, I do have this ward here and this one there, so that gives you plus it's one on the high ground here even, so very
Dyer's
defensive
top
warding
tower
too.
is under
Just
attack.
nail them to do
Radiant's
that.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Radiant
they're taking the tier
structures
2,
are
but look at the top
fortified.
lane, Sensibility. He's not being addressed at all. Kafka only now making his way here, but he has no way of actually locking down his Ember Spirit.
Radiant's
And then
bottom
mid lane tier 1 goes. There's a haste
Dyer's
blink on the
middle
Wind
tower
Ranger. You
has
can't
fallen.
catch her. Really can't stop it. And this, I guess this Bane Elemental really is the only secure lockdown that LC have. With the Fiend's Grip Nightmare. Everyone else has got damage over time, good survivability and sustained throughout a team fight. But you can't stop TPs. You have absolutely nothing if the Nightmare's not there.
No, I would actually probably like to see Bristle back. Go for Basher soon, just to have some sort of lockdown. Or maybe even... Do you actually... maybe even Siphon or Broodmother, something along those lines, but... I don't know if the Manta Star is the play here for Baby Knight. He has a finish now, of course, but...
Like, I understand they need the Mech Arcanes on the Undying, but having a Yule Scepter on someone would have been really, really good here. You know, purge off the Flame Guard for one, but cancelling out TPs or stopping the blinks away would have been a nice little pickup, I feel. It's just difficult to actually put it into an item progression, because Bristleback won't, Razor definitely won't, Broodmother won't, so it's like down to Undying / Bane, and of course, like I said, Undying with the Greaves build up is going to be pretty nice for him as Spiderlings just running around to smoke from Hellraisers. I'm going to find the Broodmother over to the east, so they do back up to clear out the wave. And Conspiracy are struggling a little bit here to actually push across the river and get to the other side of the map.
They're running out of time too. I mean, if you look at the Ember Spirit, he's been steadily catching up and he's still not being addressed. I mean, they made a rotation just a little bit earlier, 4 men right around where Sensibility was, but him of course having vision over his own jungle, seeing that no one's there, he can figure, alright, they're probably coming for me now, or trying to at the very least, so he just remnanted out. This again, Kafka, he can't actually do anything. I mean, that Bristleback might look beefy with that Crimson Guard and Sanjin Yasha, but Ember Spirit doesn't have to fear him whatsoever.
You need to go and do stuff. He needs to go and push forward and be a, use your beefiness to be a front
Dire's
liner.
bottom tower
Yeah,
is
they
under
need to
attack.
5-man down the lane, but
Dire's
they're just being torn
structures are
apart by the split
fortified.
push right now.
It's very, very clean here from Hellraisers, honestly. Laning phase not so great, but they've come back in strides with this tier 1 down at bottom lane, falling very quickly to Alpha Ninja. He's got the focus fire onto it. Again, there's nothing to stop him with Jealousy running forward. Static Blink. The Bane Elemental has no mobility. There's no Force, no Blink, and no Glimmer Cape to be seen for him, so he can't get in position to actually initiate on a fight. Again, another issue LC have.
Top lane.
Who's their cat
Kefka.
hero? Yeah, you're right. He's tanky, but is he tanky enough? There's 3 heroes here, and they've got the damage of the lockdown to take him out. Chains with the lasso will be enough. But how does London Conspiracy initiate? What is their tool to get into a fight and get a pick off?
Drums of Endurance. JLP just used a charge there.
Oh!
Nightmare defeats grip.
They get the grip! They've got Shashwell in the back, force-staffed away somehow, but looking at the flame break there, I'm not sure. Grave late from Undershock, and the gems on the deck. He'll drop as well. And honestly, Undershock, he's had a couple of iffy moments here where he's missed really quite simple graves, but I guess that damage amplification from that Orchid and Brain Sap, the pure nuke coming out, sometimes it's difficult to judge.
Yeah, there was the Dazzle death was definitely unnecessary. But now it's actually LC with an opening
Radiant's
with the
middle
midwave
tower
pushing
is
in to
under
actually
attack.
go
Dire's
for the
bottom
tower. No, it's actually there to find defenders and stability.
Dire's bottom
Taking
tower
out
has fallen.
bottom tier 1 at the same time, but just like quite a big blunder. Didn't actually have to do that. If stability would have
Radiant's
teleported
middle
down
tower
here
has fallen.
a little bit earlier,
Radiant's middle
might
barracks
have
are under
would have been
attack.
able to hold on to the tier 3 most likely.
Well, they know that Roshan's alive. Head themselves in there and get their Aegis again now. My question is, do you give it to the Bristleback? Because I don't feel he necessarily needs it, and he's not that much of an impact hero. Whereas someone like the Brood or the Razor, if they can keep themselves alive in fights, pop themselves back up, they're going to be a little more useful. Well, I'm not sure. Like let's say the Bristleback has Aegis, right, and he gets ignored in this fight, and HR take out everybody else. They kill all 4 others, and then they kill Bristleback once. I don't see him coming back up and doing too much alone. Although maybe the same could be said for the Razor.
Yeah, the plan is probably going to be to just have the Aegis carry on the front line. In this case, it will be Razor. He can dish out a decent amount of damage to towers as well. So, and Bristleback, as I said, he's tanky enough that he is never going to get bursted down at the very least. So, they should be able to retreat as soon as they get some ability items up, especially here. But I don't actually see a force off on anyone being built right now.
Donate to fix audio, XD. Donate to cure my insanity, as I'm gonna rip this studio apart in a couple of minutes. My goodness gracious, I'm really sorry, guys. I will burn everything down to the ground after this. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I got lots of coal. Well, I get lots of coal from Santa this Christmas. As Kefka's caught up the top with a good chain sleight of fist here, and they've got a lot of lockdown. The rest of LC are coming in with a tombstone drop. They've got the mecha, and Kefka is surviving through everything they throw. Sensibility has a spirit to jump away and Undershock. Nightmare, so he can't see the escape. Looks like the Dazzle will finally fall, but that's one Dazzle. And Hellraisers, the main thing that they've done here is that they've stopped LC pushing anywhere else on the map. They've forced them to top lane, outside their own base. Oh,
what?
Oh, holy shit. Okay, Razor, that's a double kill for you, and I was not expecting that. Now that's worth it for London Conspiracy. They can bull rush down middle lane.
That should never have happened in a million years. He didn't have a remnant up, and didn't actually realize that the Razor was doing so much damage, but he was actually seeing quite a bit from the Dazzle, in fact, with the Nightmare just keeping him in place for a little bit longer.
Yeah, damn right.
That might actually be mid-rack, so that Emerald doesn't have buyback, and right now, well, they can actually put the Spirelings in because of the fire, but does it really matter? Not really.
I'm with you on this. 30 seconds without your Ember Spirit, one of their only great high ground defensive heroes. Batrider's good, Blink Lasso drag someone back into the tier 4s. But Spiderlings forced the glyph out here with Kefka still being healed up. That's Soul Rip. Soul Rip plus Spiderlings equals a lot of HP.
Synergy is there for sure. That's mid-rack's going down. They don't need to force this at the same time. They still have Aegis. But with their
focus fire.
sustain being used, Shashlo does not have mana for the lasso.
The Glimmer Cape's there anyway. Shackle Shot won't latch. And Shashlo's still trying to get in with the fire play. Nightmare up into Kefka, and they turn back around. There's a Grave for Undershock again, but they're all dying. Bane takes down the Batrider. He killed off the Bristleback initially, though. Razor and Baby Knight, there's Broodmother. Charge in, but they silence the Ember. Force back the Wind Ranger. Batrider
Radiant's
flies
middle
back.
barracks are
He's
under
got Lasso.
attack.
He's got Blink Force, and that's Slight Fist damage. Vivra's undying, very low, and they do get the Aegis from the Razor. It's the question of whether they can turn this into anything else, as the Flame Break will push Jalopy back, but Slight Chains all in place for now, and there's Blink Forward from Alpha Ninja. I'm not sure about that. Very aggressive, but you've got this Daedalus Ember. A Remnant aggressively here. Maybe another one. No, 2 seconds. You can try. One more to maybe find a catch to someone. Shashlo still always got Force and a Blink ready. He's got Lasso as well, but he's not going to be able to quick enough to get the Bane or the Razor as they retreat out. So a full lane of racks there for London Conspiracy. But they expended a hell of a lot to get it.
Dire's middle
they
tower
did lose
is
the
under
Bristleback
attack.
somehow. Not sure how that happened, but yeah, blind frag's definitely worth it at this point. Just gonna cut into the economy. Hellraiser's gonna, of course, keep pressure up on this middle lane, and yeah, they just have to be careful, just like London Conspiracy has to be, that they don't lose their crucial heroes for nothing really. And they have to be
Dire's
careful to
bottom
continue
tower
to
is under
take the
attack.
right fights, like this one. I mean, just get the pit, or maybe not. There's a lot of support for Soul in here, and this is where they
Oh,
have
what?
to get the hell out.
Ember remnanted away and then back into the fight. He does get the Slight Chains down with Lobby, but Manta's out now with this Wisp coming in. I don't know if it's going to relocate him out because he's dead already. The Razor shreds him. Cracks the whip and down he goes, and they're still looking for this hunt onto Sensibility's Ember Spirit, and he's got a Remnant in 6 seconds. He'll just TP himself up to top lane as Alpha Ninja is cutting wave mid, trying to force this middle lane a little bit further away from their base, but the 5-man group here from London Conspiracy down on the bottom lane may prove to be just a little bit too much for them to handle.
Yeah, they're playing into LC's hands with these kind of movements because, well, if they run into 5, all the sustain that is on their team is just gonna bear fruit. I mean, it's not just the mech and the arcanes and the fiber. It's not just the Crimson Guard. It's also just the soul rip from that zombie, right? It's doing so much work. It's a very low cooldown, 6 seconds. You have Tombstone going or a couple of Spider Links, and you're gonna get the max value out of that. And that alone on the Bristleback is just enough to, yeah, let him not die, make him undying, in a manner of speaking. So, Hellraisers, they have to make sure that if they find a target, they better be sure that no one else is there to just help out.
Well, Roshan will find out when he respawns in about 2 minutes' time. This Baby Knight has an interesting item set here. Manta BKB Orchid, very battle focused, very good at pushing. You know, you get out of chains with Manta, you can BKB to stop yourself being shackled up. There's a lack of damage here, I feel, from London Conspiracy, as they have focused very, very heavily on tanking up. But they do have a good lead. They've got lots of very strong heroes, and I guess if you're unkillable, and why care about damage? Just walk over and sit on your enemies. You don't really care about slapping them around when you can stomp them into the ground with your, your actual body weight.
Yeah, some people upset for that, and well, if you just stay in the fights, you have the Nightmare, you have the Fiend's Grip, so that's some lockdown, but very long duration lockdown if you can get it off right.
That together. They've got the Lasso to Razor as well, and oh god, Jalopy's dying very quickly as a streak's taken off of him. Sensibility with a couple of hits and crits in there. With that ultimate orb up. I wonder if that's going to be Skadi. Could be a Lincoln Sphere as Goddamn's Wisp. He's got a Ghost Scepter, but it only keeps you alive for so long. Okay, this way around, with the Ember Spirit getting the chains onto 2. Manta is popped there by Baby Knight. A good dodge of that shackle latch.
Double damage empowers me.
On Conspiracy, they also have to be careful by the same token, like I was talking about before, that they don't open themselves up alone, because, well, Hellraiser, if nothing else, they have shown that they are not actually taking long to make the decision to go on target if they see one. So that could work either way in this instance. Razor being there all alone a bit, no support whatsoever. Well, they paid the price for that. Over-aggression really.
Yeah.
Don't really see a reason for them to go for these kind of chancy plays.
Looks like HR do have another gem. We've got one on Dazzle. And Undying... Wait a second. Did Undying buy his own? No, that is the one he stole. Yeah, I thought so. That is a secondary gem for Hellraisers. As they're spending a lot of gold. Knowing that with the Manta style on the Broodmother, dust just doesn't cut it. You need that gem, and I'm wondering if you have to give it to the Bat... Oh, he did. He did give it to Bat Rider. Okay, good. Exactly what I was talking about. Give it to Bat so you can jump onto the Brood. And get that initiation tool in. Now, Roshan. Decent spawn time there, 2 minutes. Looks like I'll scout it out. Or scout the lack of Roshan there with Baby Knight's Brood. There's the incursion into this Radiant jungle that maybe could catch Hellraisers off guard because there's full vision of Shachlo and he knows it, but he doesn't realise they've already come in from the side. Shock is here with the weave and the relocate save out. We'll get Batrider to safety. The question is now though, do they relocate back in with full force? Because Ember's still up at the... Or Ember's TPing. They're coming in to fight this. Shackle shot onto an illusion. The goddamn tethers himself away and they don't fight, but they will now with the lasso onto Kefka. Bristleback's been caught, and with the damage output actually immense here onto the Bristle. Healed up with the Soul Ripper now, turning back to fight. He's got to try and get out of here. Jellaby's the one that makes that aggressive movement forward, the vanguard of the force here for LC. But good defense. Hellraisers. They force out a lot of ultimates from London Conspiracy.
They use a couple of their own though. I mean, they have the Batrider. They had to use a relocate. Everything else is all kind of inconsequential at this point, with the Windrunner having that axe. But big story is right now that Bristleback did not die, but he almost did, right? And it's only going to be a matter of time until the Windrunner finishes off. What is she actually going to build? Like MKB at this point with that Demon Edge, or maybe another Daedalus?
I think Daedalus could work here. I mean, you've got no evasion on London Conspiracy. The only thing you could look for is Medallion on Undying being turned into a Solar Crest. But I think Daedalus is perfectly fine here. Because we've seen already this weave. I think London Conspiracy are severely underestimating how much that's giving to Hellraisers, because they've been hit by these weaves very early on in the fights, and they've continued chasing and trying to power through it. But as the fight extends, you've got Windranger and Ember Spirit who are both doing an immense amount of physical damage. Baby Knight's caught up on top, and with the relocate in, BKB doesn't save you. The buyback is forced. And it looks like London Conspiracy want to try and get into the thick of things here. Goddamn, tethering up Alpha Ninjas. The Ember Spirit doesn't reload or run it out, but with that relocate, the Fiend's Grip is cancelled, and Solon doesn't have anything left to give. Undershock TP's away. And again, Hellraiser's force abilities from London Conspiracy. The force buyback, force grip. The relocate is the only real thing that's been used here. And with the Lincoln Sphere up on sensibility, Goddamn will tether back to him. I just wonder who is going to be the one to die. Is it going to be Wisp? Because Ember Spirit has a remnant up to the north, and I don't think they know about it. Jellaby's still trying to chase this one down. 5 heroes from London Conspiracy, desperate to get something from this. The buyback from Broodmothers is just not worth it at all here. Hasn't made his mark.
There's no lockdown, there's no slow, so that's also the reason why London Conspiracy didn't take as many kills as they maybe could have gotten if they had a little bit of more of that kind of control in the previous fights. But right now, they are still looking to try and carry this momentum of the Green Wave into the town, and he's playing for tier 2. Probably not going to go to tier 3, especially with the Weave on top of them as well. But yeah, it's...
Oh, they've got Kefka again, and like you said, the Weave is up. It's about halfway through its duration. Shackle shot. Filled up with the Soul Rip though. Sensibility, you can get some good damage down here with the Slight. But I'm not sure about pushing high ground. But on the other side of things, I'm looking at the graphs and the metrics and everything. The lead that LC had just doesn't really exist anymore. It's getting to the stage where they have to go all or nothing. They've got to end this game.
Yeah, definitely agree. I mean, that Ember Spirit is at a point where actually I'm starting to have a hard time finding it right now, because he did finish up the Lincoln Sphere, so he's always gonna have that extra split second time to remnant out if need be. So he can split push in this group, he can find these kind of kills with relocate health.
I like that one there.
Yeah.
Global power.
And yeah, that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the game. That Ember Spirit, once he has his farm, he's actually, I think he's the best hero to actually still turn the game around, no matter what stage you're in, no matter how far you're gone. If you just have like the farm that he has right now, maybe second Daedalus, something of those lines, just extra damage.
Well,
looking to pick something up now, and yeah, that looks like that'll be in play as well.
With that halberd on the bristleback, they do have a little bit of evasion. Did we see? Oh, yeah, it's MKB, you were right. MKB for that Wind Ranger. So they've got halberd on the bristleback, and I guess that Solar Crest is going to be up soon for the Undying. It's almost at that point now where Hellraisers say thanks for your base, we'll take the win.
Well, they can have to do that, and they might just be looking to grab Roshan for themselves. They do have a Dazzle Illusion scouting it out, and they've been picking it out right now. Sensibility at the same time is pushing up the top lane, so LC can't really commit as a 5-man unit to go down to the Rosh Pit in the first place.
Well, here we go. Pop his spell block, get that focus fire in, and Alpha Ninja. There's Aegis and Cheese here for you. Ember Spirits keep you down to this bottom lane so he can get himself into the pit that little bit faster, but a London Conspiracy. What are you going to do about this? It's contest time. They've got to try and get in here. Roshan, he's nearly dead, and in they come. Undying Tombstone is dropped on the high ground. If they can steal this Aegis, and it's picked up by the Ember Spirit, but Jealousy gets something. A Ring of Aquila, not really what you want to look for. As Beaver is shredded here by the damage out from Alpha Ninja, and Jealousy not going to fare much better as Cheese on the Wind Ranger pops it through the grave even as Kefka. He's in the pit trying to face up against that, but over in the backside, look at Baby Knight. He's trapped in the middle of 4 people, lassoed up and critted down. Kefka is the last man standing. He killed the Wind Ranger. Will escape just about. We've still got the Aegis up on this Ember Spirit as he TP's top, and it's Rax time. The buyback, you've got to come back into this London Conspiracy. You're losing a full lane here if you don't contest, if you don't TP in. But Razor's holding on to it. Undying is waiting as well. As the relocate takes him back towards the pit. There's a gem on the deck actually that someone could pick up, but charge low. Charge low.
Who needs gems at this point?
Right.
He flies, charges, TP's out. He knows there's nothing to actually stop him.
You know, I thought he was going to go Aghanim Scepter on the Batrider when he picked up that point booster. But it's going to be Octarine Core.
Interesting.
Dire's bottom tower
More
is under
lassos every
attack.
time? Sure, why not? Haven't seen that before actually, but it's mostly just because we haven't seen a lot of Batriders, much less Batriders with that much farm. But hey, whoever floats your boat. And yeah, right now Hellraiser's they're in a very comfortable position. The Ember Spirit can't die. Everyone else is also starting to get tanky. They have all the items that they need, and LC, well, they're really starting to feel lack of control in their lineup. They have not built the Yule Scepters. They have not built the built any sort of scythes. They haven't. Maybe they're only now starting to build into 4-staffs even. I mean, Undying, his item progression has halted essentially for like last 20 minutes. I feel like he had Arcade Mech like at the 20-minute mark or so.
Yeah, for sure.
Even before that.
And then he's had this medallion plus like 1500 gold for 15 minutes or something like that, and he's just picked up a Staff of Wizardry. The fact that he can't finish the Solar Crest. Maybe he does look for, I don't know, a 4-staff, a Yule Scepter, something. That little more lockdown. You see a 4-staff now for the Bane as well.
Yeah, this is just way too late. I mean, they could have used that 4-staff just to try and get a little bit of better initiation with the Bane instead of just straight up walking in. Maybe just chase and get an extra pick off after one team fight after you've chased them off. But as it stands, Hellraisers, they didn't take as many losses as they needed to. They've been able to hold on to most of the base, in fact. Sensibility now, they get the silence off.
Yeah, they popped his Lincolns, and there we go. Okay, Aegis is gone. Does he have a remnant somewhere? He does. He has one far to the west, over in the Radiant Jungle.
No, top lane.
Yeah, exactly. They kill Ember Spirit, and now what? Shashto lassos Kefka back, but there's no one to actually do any damage onto them until this relocate comes in. They're going to try and bring in Sensibility to get the chains down, and with Undershock here, he's popped the Weave already. This Bristleback, he's not tanky anymore. BKB Baby Knight Broodmother in the thick of things, but Kefka is nearly dead already as the TP out from Shashto. Graveland gets himself away. Sensibility get a nice bit of damage onto Razor. My goodness. Solon is trying to catch Aftershock. The TP out will be successful, and Solon can't find him, can't see him, and can't catch him. Mid lane is pushing hard though. Hellraisers have a good way to deal with it.
Deceptive rune of invisibility.
Don't know that they actually have any. No.
There was a gem still on the floor. Ember Spirit walked in and was like, yeah, thanks for the gem. I'll have that.
Alright, there's actually something of value still sitting here. Not just a couple of TP scrolls, but yeah. And Jealousy actually, he's quite low. He might actually straight up die to Sensibility if he decides to go on him.
Yeah, here we go. Chains, Flame Guard. I think, is he waiting to see who else is around? Maybe he goes for an easier target.
They're waiting for the
Mother, yeah, he's got the
relocate.
Bane actually. There's no mana for a Nightmare Stolen. There's a gem on this Ember Spirit. Not something you usually expect as the crit comes out pretty heavy there. Baby Knight. Oh, actually drag him back, it looks like. Shachlo with the lasso. Gets the hit onto Baby Knight's Broodmother. Has buyback though on the Spider Mama. I think Hellraiser
really
is
gonna
time
do
to
though?
break high ground. Top lane sensibilities halberd it up. Actually disarmed there is Kefka. That's it for you, my friend. Focus fire, MKB procs. Down you go. 80 seconds without your bristleback.
Yeah, if you can do that amount of damage to your bristleback with Crimson Guard and a Heart of Seraph to play with, well, it just shows how much damage you actually have. And it's not just the Ember Spirit, it's also up to you bring that single target damage to the table with the focus fire, and now, well, Octarine Batrider. Lassos for days, essentially.
Yeah, that
so you
cooldown.
have that constant initiation, really.
It's amazing. And just a reminder, guys, this was random draft. You look at both of these lineups and you think, yeah, this could be just normal captain. So something on draft, they could have picked this, but no. This was random draft for both teams. LB buys back, the mantle will get him out of the chains with Baby Knight. They're on their last legs at this point. London Conspiracy, they've lost top racks, mid racks are falling slowly but surely as well. What's their form of initiation or just breaking this pattern? Because at this point they're stuck in a rut. They're being split pushed. They're being beaten in team fights. Bottom lane is
Radiant's
hardcore
bottom
pushed into the
tower
tier
is
3
under
with what, like
attack.
6 range creeps and a catapult. But Ember Spirit has no issues whatsoever clearing that up.
I feel without any sort of major misplay on the side of Hellraisers, LC can actually come back into this game, not with the lineup that they have. I mean, Undying naturally falling off at this stage in the game, especially without any sort of farm. Bristleback, sure he's tanky, but he doesn't always provide a lot of damage to the fight, because Quill Spray is, well, just gonna tank through there at this point. Bane's some nice lockdown, but it's the only lockdown you have. Broodmother is not the hero for base defense. And, well, that leaves the Razor, who's also been halted in his item progression for the most part. I mean, he's finished up the AC quite a while ago. He's sitting on a lot of gold, but needs to hang on to buyback as well. So it's... where do you actually go? Can't find the farm, you have no space on the map, and if you just try to go out, you're just gonna get relocated upon.
You buy something now. His buyback's on cooldown for like 5 minutes. Same with the Broodmother. So any gold you have, I'm pretty sure you just spend it to try and win the next team fight. The trouble is, like you're saying, London Conspiracy's lineup was like a 35 minutes or bust kind of thing. If you haven't taken 2 lanes of racked, if you haven't ended the game by 35 minutes, things were never going to go so well for you. Whereas Hellraisers, the sustain they have through Dazzle Wisp, the catch from the Batrider is now he's looking for someone else to maybe pick off. But there's no one waiting around. The entirety of LC waiting in their base and just trying to hold out, bunker down, make sure you don't get picked off. Defend your tier 3s.
To what end, though? I mean, I guess Ember will at some point stop scaling, but he has a Divine Rapier right now. Just screw a second Daedalus, I'll go all the way, and guess if he drops that, then maybe there's a way back. But right now, Kafka caught out with a lasso again. Not quite a lot of damage going his way, and at least force LC out of the base for a little while longer, potential for re-engagement. Hellraiser's just saying, alright, don't want to fight now.
You can't fight outside of your base as London Conspiracy. They've tried this time and time again. And the fact that, you know, a lasso was used there, it's up in 20 seconds. You know, Shashlo just doesn't care. That was a, hey, look what I can do. I can jump in and I can actually drag you all the way back and make you react to what we're doing. I think you wait for the weave. Like, there's 10 seconds until weave, and that's really a vital spell here for Hellraisers to actually win the team fight. We've seen it do wonders up against Kefka's Bristleback.
Shacho's almost like a clockwork with Magnum Scepter, in the sense that you don't really care if you're not really getting anything out of your ultimate. And yeah, Kafka, he's kind of forced to try and clear through creep wave, but just standing with his back towards it, and there's just a free opening for Shacho to go in whenever he really damn well pleases. At this point, they might be able to.
They tried to smoke out, but it's just so obvious when nobody's defending top high ground and there's no one like pushing bottom lane except these spiderlings. It's kind of obvious that you're moving outside of your base. So Hellraisers, they got the high ground advantage over in the dire jungle.
Even the spiderlings gave up. Look at this.
And just attack, moving them down middle lane. And oh, no, wait, yeah, he's not controlling the bot lane, is he?
No.
Interesting.
Former StarCraft player, disappointed. Oh well. But yeah, Kafka, he's charging out, trying to... I don't know what he's trying to do. This might be a good pickup here if they can get it, but maybe that gets knocked down.
The last one back in the shackle shot, Kefka's caught, but after he just turned around with the Fiend's Grip there, Baby Knight shredded, and he got no buyback. The Wind Ranger will run away. Kefka is left here really on his own to try and do as much damage as he can. He gets Aftershock with Jello Bean. The shackle shot will latch them two together. But look at top lane. Being pushed in so damn heavily. And London Conspiracy, they have to go back and react to this. They can't look for more kills, which they'd love to do. Shachlo, hang on a second, Batrider. What are you up to? Again, aggressive blink forward into the middle of like 2 or 3 heroes. Now they've split them. They've actually split them here. London Conspiracy are 2 and 2. There's these pairs of heroes who are not going to get picked off, as the Wind Ranger doesn't want to put herself into too precarious a position. They do have to come back to react.
Yeah, and that just gives them a free Roshan. I mean, it did take them quite a while last time they did this, but look at this. The focus fire and the mini batches almost unlocking Roshan.
2,000 damage crit. If only that DD lasted a little bit longer. What's this courier doing? Orb Venom on the courier?
He's trying to help.
Is he buying a
trying to slow
Skadi?
them down.
Is he buying a Skadi for someone? I guess Skadi for the Razor is what he's looking at.
He has a lot of gold for the things, for the ultimate orbs.
But buyback's up again in a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also don't think that Skadi is the play here. I mean, then again, it's really hard to find any sort of item that could actually do something in this game for them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you've gone this route, then you kind of have to go, you know, crits, lifesteal, Skadi, something like that with the AC that you have. Just go for raw damage output. But
Dire's bottom tower
it's a very difficult position to be in to actually choose the best item you can go for. Now Shachlo is once again fire flying up, and he's caught this Undying out with a Nightmare onto him. It's not going to do a damn thing. Look at that freaking damage. Alpha Ninja just takes him out of the game completely. Kefka once again weaved up halfway through the duration, and Baby Knight, BKB, got him waved up with a Ghost Scepter there as well. Kefka's Bristleback not tanky enough against this. The Shackle Shot won't latch, but I don't think it really matters too much. This Wind Ranger's damage output with the MKB, Aegis is still up on her as well, so the first life for Wind Ranger won't matter too much if she does lose it. Halberd to stop her damaging people, but Jellybee's just chased under his tier 4's almost there. Second lane of racks here for Hellraisers. Go to their pockets. London Conspiracy, it's time, boys. It's time to call the GG.
You didn't realize the irony of that nightmare that happened.
Putting it on Undying.
Yeah. I mean, Shashlo drags Undying back. This is about as nightmare as it gets for the zombie.
Pretty much. Well, one last stand here. London Conspiracy, what can you do? Baby Knight drops. Kefka running into the middle of the mall, and now he turns his back. Just give me all your damage. I'll throw it into your face with my cool sprays. Solon, Jalopy. There's a flying bat. Pooping napalm. Spewing fire on top of you. And Sensibility is a similar story with a slight fist, and that's Searing Chains. Alpha Ninja's caught, but again, he's got Aegis. He has that second life. They kill Bane. Kefka will drop and they'll relocate. That'll take Wind Ranger back to base. Yes, it did. They'll come back healthy as ever. As Goddamn's Wisp return to the battlefield. Kefka brought back. Sensibility turns to fight. Jealousy. Your Razor doesn't last long under the onslaught of damage from Sensibility's Ember Spirit. And GG's called. So game number 1. Random draft goes the way of HR. Hellraisers. 1 up in its best of 3. And game number 2, is there a specific order they follow? Because the last 2 modes are CD and CM.
Yeah, Captain's mode is going to be next match. That's Hellraiser's pick, I believe.
Okay.
If it goes to game 3, it will be Captain's draft.
Okay, we'll be back in a couple of minutes then, guys, with this D2CL Season 7 Christmas Charity Magic with game number 2. Captain's mode, Hellraiser's choice. Maybe you can't say it would be a more serious game because these picks were very serious, and I think both teams very fortunate to get these heroes in the pool, but maybe we'll see something a little more solid from London Conspiracy as we'll take a short break, and we'll be back soon.